What is up everyone, Roadrunner back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be doing 30 Mac keyboard shortcuts. Let's get started. Now, if anybody has seen my videos before, you will know that I'm a huge fan of keyboard shortcuts. And a lot of people tell me that learning keyboard shortcuts is counterintuitive because you actually have to remember them. However, once you've used the keyboard shortcuts so many times, it just becomes second nature. So I would say that learning keyboard shortcuts can save you time in the long run. And if you'd like to look back at some of these keyboard shortcuts in the future, I will leave a list of them in the description below. So I have this folder here of some footage that I took with my Canon SL2. And the first keyboard shortcuts we're going to learn are the most basic ones. The first one is going to be Command-C for copy and Command-V for paste. And let's say I didn't really want that there. What I can always do is hit Command-Z to undo. And let's say I accidentally hit Command-Z too many times and I actually want to redo something. You can do Shift Command-Z. And as you see, it moves this file back to where it was before. And let's say I don't want this on the desktop, I can always do Command-Delete to move it to the trash, and I can do Shift Command-Delete to empty the trash. Now let's say I have an image here, and if this image looks familiar to you, it's probably because this is the intro character for all of my videos. And you can print something by hitting Command-P, and then you can select a printer here. You can also do this from any browser like Chrome, Firefox, or Safari. Let's say I want to quit an application. I can go up to whatever the application name is here and I can go quit, or I can just use Command Q on my keyboard and that will quit that application. And sometimes if I'm trying to quit an application and for whatever reason the application stops responding, you can force quit an application by going into your Finder, or you can just hit Option, Command, and Escape to force quit an app. So this will bring up the menu through Finder and I can select whichever application I want to quit. And normally it would say application not responding and you would just hit force quit. And it says, do you want to force quit preview? And you would just hit force quit. So as I said before, I have some footage here, and let's say I want to bring one of them up. I can double click on it and it will bring it up in QuickTime. Or if I wanted to get a quick view, I can just hit the space bar and this will bring up the video right here. And I can then use the arrow keys to toggle through these files. And let's say I want to take these in one folder and put them in another one. And I want to create a folder on my desktop. I can hit Command Shift and N. And it will bring up a new folder here. And let's say I want to actually change the name of this folder. I can just hit enter and rename it new folder. And that also goes for these video files here. So if I want to figure out what this one is, I can hit spacebar and I can hit enter and I can do close up on plant. And then I can again use the arrow keys to toggle down and hit spacebar to bring it up. And I can also label this one close up on flowers. And let's say I want to select all of these. I can just drag my mouse across them all, or I can click on one and hold Command or hold Shift and it will select all of them, or I can just hit Command A to select everything in that window. And let's say for whatever reason I want to save some space on this screen right here, I can hit Command M to minimize that window. Or if I want to close this window entirely, I can just hit Command W. And a lot of these keyboard shortcuts not only work just with Finder, but they work with your browsers as well. So I have Safari up on my screen, and if I hit Command T, that will bring up a new tab, or if I hit Command N, that will bring up a new window. And again, if I want to close either that window or the tab, I just hit Command W. And let's say I want to, again, minimize the amount of space that I am using on my screen. Instead of minimizing it, I can use Command H to hide that application altogether. Now I have Google up on my screen, so let's say I'm Googling something and I want to get to YouTube. I can also search for it, and instead of right-clicking and go open in new tab, I can also just hold the Command key and click on it, and it will bring that up in a new tab as well. And if for whatever reason I hit Command W and I didn't really want to close that tab, I can hit Shift Command and T to reopen the last closed tab. And as you may notice with my screen right here, I do not have the dock, because I wanted to save a little bit of extra space. If I go Command Option and D, that will bring my dock back up, or I can go Command Option D to get rid of it as well. Now if I bring the cursor down here, it will bring it back up, but then again it'll disappear. So if for whatever reason your dock disappears on you, just hit Command Option and D to bring it back. And let's say I'm looking for a specific file and I can't find it, I can always hit the left command and the spacebar to bring up the spotlight search, and I can search for Ryan Suit. And there it is. I can find my file very easily that way. If for whatever reason you do not like the spotlight search and you would like to find your file through Finder, you can also have, as long as you have Finder selected, you can hit Command F and it will bring up a new Finder window with a search. So I have this video file here of the waves crashing into the rocks, and let's say I want to duplicate this video and I have a copy of it. I can just hit Command D and it will create a new copy, and you'll know it's a copy because it will just say the same exact file but copy at the end of it. And if I want to bring up my downloads folder without creating a new Finder window, I can also just hit Command Option and L. That will bring up a new Finder window with my downloads folder. And if I want to take a new screenshot, I can go Command Shift and 4, and then it will bring up these little crosshairs, and I can drag these out to select whichever part of my screen I want to take a screenshot of. And if you do Command Shift and 5, it will actually bring up this little camera, which you can't see because I'm already taking a screen recording, but then you would just click on your screen and it will automatically start a new screen recording through QuickTime. And before we finish up today's video, as always, feel free to hit the subscribe button and comment down below what you'd like to see in future videos. Also, check out my gear list in the description. Now, if I wanted to look at further information on one of these files, I could always right-click up here and go Size, or select whichever of these items I want to look at, or I can click on a video and hit Command I. It will bring up this window. It will give me more information about the file. So it'll tell me, the size, 118 megabytes. It will tell me it's an MPEG-4 movie, or an MP4, and you can also change the name there as well. I can also tell Finder which application I would like it to open this file with. And let's say I have a lot of applications open and I would like to quickly toggle through them. I can hit Command and the Tab key, and I can scroll through each one. And last but not least, drum roll please. Let's say I have to get up from my computer and I want to lock it so no one can log onto my Facebook account and create an absurd status, because that has happened before. You can hit Control, Command, and Q to quick lock the screen. Thank you so much everyone for joining me for another video. As always, feel free to comment down below what you'd like to see in future videos. Take it easy.